Hello, welcome friends. Welcome family, welcome everyone, welcome all light seekers. I'm Olivia and this is Tarot and Coffee with Olivia. We're here to do your October 31st, 2020 Blue Moon Halloween reading. Tarot pick a card reading. Big sigh. We are coming into a full blue moon in Taurus. And what do I mean by a blue moon? I mean this is the second full moon of the month, and it only comes around rarely, and it coming around on Halloween is even more rare. We have our first card that popped out. I am going to put it right here. That's card number 1. And today we are using 2 decks. We are using our Kim Krans Wild Unknown Archetype deck, and we are also going to be using the Moonology Oracle deck. We're going to be looking at the full moon in Taurus because that is the blue moon that we have. Oh, look, both of your other 2 cards. We're doing 3 Oracle cards today, or actually they're Wild Unknown Archetype cards. On card number 1, we're going to go ahead and do the skull. On card number 2, we'll go ahead and do the pumpkins. And yes, I said pumpkins because I'm thinking of my friend Philip Thibodeau, whose mother called him Punkin. And he is with her now. And in fact, I think I'll dedicate this video to my friend. You know what? I'm going to dedicate this video to all my friends that lost their mothers too young. That's what happened to Philip. Okay. So let's go. Let's see what else we have going on here. Okay, we're talking about... Oh, I know what I need to tell you. I need to tell you how much I appreciate you, because I really, really do. I appreciate all comments. I appreciate any likes. That's the blue thumbs up. I appreciate any dislikes. That's the blue thumbs down. And any helpful criticism or any kind of comment that you have to say in my comments. Unless it's mean, I will just take those out. But I do appreciate that you take the chance to comment, and I will take helpful criticism. The other thing I need to let you know is do subscribe to the channel. That would be a big thing to me. And I think that's all I need to say for now about all that. Let us look at the blue moon, or the full moon in Taurus, and the message that the full moon in Taurus has for us today. Your dreams need a practical plan. I love this card. It is all about manifesting, and manifesting what we want. What kind of life do we want? What kind of job do we want? What kind of partner do we want in life? This addresses all of those, and we're going to read in the Moonology Oracle deck guidebook about what more this card has to tell us. And I will put this right here so that we can look at the full moon in Taurus. And this is what I'm looking at in our Moonology Oracle card. It came with the cards, and these really are really wonderful cards. Taurus is page 70, and I will go ahead and read. I guess I'll focus in on the candle. This is a good time for you. Oh, it's kind of hard for you to see your card toppers, isn't it? I'm going to move your card toppers to where you can see them a little bit better. We'll put that one here, and this one might do better. Let's see. Can you see him better there? He's so, well, what he is he's a kitty cat. So maybe if I turn him this way, maybe you can see him. We've got this bat in the background that's kind of upstaging. So we'll put that one right there. Let's see how that looks. Well, that's a little bit better, I suppose. So card number 1, we have the skull. Card number 2, we have the Pumpkins, and card number 3, we have the Witch Cat. All right, now I'm going to read to you about your dreams need a practical plan, full moon in Taurus. Sometimes you need to weave a bit of magic, and sometimes you need to be practical. Actually, magic is pretty practical, I've discovered. And sometimes you need to find a combination in the two. This card suggests this is where you are now. You need to use the laws of attraction to draw in what you want by imagining it, expecting it, welcoming it. But you need to balance that with taking down to earth steps towards your goals. This isn't about wishing on the moon and hoping for the best. It's about make something like a list of bullet points about how to achieve your dreams. If you're asking about money, this card heralds of change of financial fortunes depending on both your past actions and what you're expecting and therefore attracting. Attune to the moon. Write down 10 things that you know are wonderful about you. Oh, I love this. I'm going to do it. Write down 10 things that you know are wonderful about you. Yeah, this is, and if you can't think of 10, do 5. Don't do something. It's really great. Good exercise. Additional meanings for this card. Laziness could explain your current situation. If so, change it and own it. 2, chasing money doesn't work. You need to chase a dream. Oh, isn't that true? 3, jealousy or envy can create negative energy and attract negativity. Ooh, oof. And 4, more exercises called for. Oh, that's mine. They just called me out. The teaching. The full moon in Taurus is a time to get back to earth, to get grounded, to work through any negative feelings you've been dealing with, and to find a balance between being passionate and being overly intense. Money issues may come to a head at the time of the full moon in Taurus, but you can take this card as a sign to pay more attention to your cash flow no matter when you draw it. I love this deck. I love that card. Now we're going to move on over to Kim Krans. This is going to be a longer reading because it is a very important time and day for us. I feel like the moon has a whole lot more. It's so much closer to us and deals with particular light that we experience on the planet. Also moves water around, great bodies of water like the ocean, including our bodies that have so much water in them. So I really feel like the moon has a much greater effect, a much more apparent effect on all of us than even our sun signs do. So I'm going to take a sip of my delicious coffee. I hope you have a nice beverage to sip and sup while we do this reading. If not, you can always pause the video and go get one. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to see what's under the skull. He's supposed to be smiling. Let's see if we can see a smile on his funny little face. Not really. Not today. Okay. All right, let us look at this card, and you have Gnosis. Gnosis. This is, oh, here, I think it goes this way. Wait, no, it does go this way. I don't know. Kim Krans cards are circular. We are going to get out the Wild Unknown Archetype book, and we are actually going to take a look at Gnosis. I really should have marked this first, but I didn't. So this is how it goes. Okay. Page 217. We're reading from this book right here that came with the Kim Krans Wild Unknown Archetype deck. And I said 217, I think. We'll soon find out because I'm heading right there. 217. Sorry, it's taking me a little bit, but that's why I have timestamps. Okay, Gnosis. Let's go ahead and read from the Kim Krans Wild Unknown Archetype. Gnosis. True knowledge is not found in facts and figures in scholarly books on library shelves. Rather, Gnosis points to the deep and timeless archetypal wisdom that rises from the felt experience of having touched the unknown with every one of the senses. Those who are drawn to Gnosis find themselves in esoteric studies likely involving mysticism, alchemy, healing, or science. Knowing is their calling, not knowing is their job description. No matter how far the alchemists take their studies, they come to the ultimate conclusion that facts slip towards mystery, and soon the mystery results in facts. This card signifies a knowing that is life-changing. Once you experience it, you are forever changed and become a guardian of Gnosis. The eternal mystery is calling you. Study your passion in the deepest way available to you. When light, contemplating the mystery, unanswerable questions. When dark, over-intellectualizing and literalizing. Okay, so yeah, I have stuff to say about this. I'm so excited about this Gnosis card, especially in tuning with the moon, that your dreams need a practical plan. And the big here, this just in, guys, I'm giving you the news right off the bat, and that is, even if you don't believe in magic, even if you don't believe in wishing, even if you don't believe that we must dream to conceive, do it. Write it down. What is it? What are your wishes? What are your deepest wishes? I want you to choose at least one of your deepest wishes and make a practical plan to move forward with this. If you haven't touched, as the Kim Krans reading said, touched this Gnosis and experienced it for yourself, well, it's high time. So yeah, you're all about making plans in order to make a dream come true. I just realized that this card, that Taurus, that steer there, looks like he's taking a big fart. I probably shouldn't have said that. So anyway, we are going to go ahead and move forward as quickly as possible and get out of this awkward position here. I'm embarrassing myself. And we're going to look and see what we have under the pumpkins. The Bardo. Ooh, look at that. One of the reasons, well, there's so many reasons to adore this deck, but the beautiful art is really compelling. The beautiful artwork. And isn't this perfect for a Halloween reading? All right, so let's put this with Dreams Need a Practical Plan with the full moon in Taurus, and we are going to find the Bardo and the Wild Unknown Archetypes. Book by Kim Krans. The Bardo. I would say that would be in the selves. So I'm going to look in the selves in the table of contents here. And I don't actually see it in the selves. I'm going to look one more time. Well, is it in the places, the tools, or the initiations? I should know this. It is in the places, 163, the Bardo. Oh, okay. I'm starting to get it now, guys. We're going to read from the book because that's another reason why I adore this deck. Man. Okay, so let me read to you from the Kim Krans Wild Unknown Archetype about the Bardo. The liminal, the in-between, the transition. It is said that the Bardo is a place between this life and the next, a liminal realm through which souls pass. Envisioning this inherently mysterious place creates the potential for us to rise above the concerns of this world and see our relationships through a cosmic and timeless lens. We may receive messages from those who are no longer with us, or see visions of lives not yet lived. In the Bardo, there is a potential to forgive the unforgivable, to say the unsaid, to see the unseen, to love the unloved, to let go of all the things that cause us pain. The Bardo suspends us in its spaciousness for just long enough to open us to a higher wisdom. Its energy does not belong to Earth as we know it, but rather to the cosmic network of which we are, a single thread. Wow. That was incredible. That was so perfect and so beautiful for October 31st, the blue moon. Blue moon in Taurus. I'm really not going to say much more about that card because what Kim Krans had to say about it has me almost in tears, and I would like to move on because I really don't like crying in front of anyone. But I will say that if you picked the Bardo, what a incredible and beautiful message. We are, I think that's the end of my incense. It's doing its final smog out over there. And I think I'd like to wave it around a little bit so I can breathe. Okay. Ah, there we go. I laughed it out so I didn't have to cry. Okay, guys. I know we're supposed to feel our feelings, and I will. But first, we're going to move on to this. He's actually like a dark blue. He was made out of black modeling clay, but then I put some black oil crayon on it to make it black. So there he is. He's gorgeous. We're going to see if you picked this cute, gorgeous little black kitty cat here, then you got the father. The father. Oh, so you can, I will put Kim Krans' info, including her website. I'm going to put her link tree in the bottom of this video so you can check her out as well. You can see lots of her art. I mean, she is just, and she has more than just this deck. In fact, I can't wait until I can get some of her other decks, because this deck, I'm still learning this deck. And it is such a wonderful process. I'm really glad I get to do this with you. Okay, so we are going to look in the book about the father, and that is definitely in the selves. So I'm going to look in the front in the table of contents, past the title page, and for the father, 65, it's the second card in the whole deck. 65, page 65. The father. The great father, the masculine, the protector. Alongside the mother, the father resides in the central axis of the archetypal family. The father embodies both light and dark aspects of the masculine. Thus, he is infinitely dynamic and complex. His energy is strong and regal, embodying such virtues as honesty, wisdom, and loyalty. Yet, ironically and simultaneously, the Father is often absent, literally or emotionally. Through absence or action, the Father eventually reveals that he is neither a king nor a god, but a human being with flaws and wounds. He is both the guardian and the one who leaves us to the wolves. Here, yet gone, the champion and the failure. The Father can never resolve or escape this duality. It is inherent in the archetype itself. Witnessing the Father's limitations allows the child to grow beyond the family and into the world. When light, supportive, strategic, regal, kind, authoritarian. When dark, disappearing, disappointed, devastated. Wow. Okay, I know I need to stop saying wow. That is such... I had a therapist that would say wow all the time, and she'd ask me to tell her my dreams, and then she'd say wow all the way through them, and ever since then I'm like, I shouldn't say wow so much. So, and yet, here I am, wowing all over the place with the Kim Krans Wild on an Archetype deck. And I really, again, I don't have a lot to add to this except that, I guess, a story about my dad, something that I feel really grateful that my dad taught me. When I was very young, we talked about King Solomon, and he talked about how he was so wise. And my father revered wisdom and knowledge, two different things. And King Solomon had both of those. And if you don't remember the story of King Solomon and the babies, it's kind of a ridiculous story. However, my father, with that story, instilled in me, and other stories of King Solomon, instilled with me the desire to have wisdom and knowledge. And he said, you know how King Solomon got that way? He prayed for it. And that really goes along with your dreams need a practical plan. Because I know it doesn't sound practical to pray for it, but it was something that I wanted, and I asked for it. There's something to be said about asking for things when you're manifesting. That could very well be part of your plan. And I want to add to that asking. When you want something, when you have a desire, when you have a wish, and you want to manifest something, asking is really something. In the book, The Autobiography of a Yogi, Paramahansa Yogananda, the author, well, it's an autobiography, was always asking for things. And the things he was asking for all his life was that he wanted to be a holy man. That's what he wanted. He wanted it really badly. And so he'd go to his father with his plans, and he'd tell his dad, you know, I really want to be a holy man. I want to open this ashram on this mountain. And his dad would say, well, how do you think you're going to get the money for that? And Paramahansa Yogananda was said, well, I asked God, and he told me that you were going to give it to me. I know, right? And guess what happened? His dad would, then another time, his dad would give it to him. His dad was pretty wealthy, you know. They say it's difficult for a rich man to go to heaven, but Paramahansa Yogananda was someone who was able to become a holy man. And his father's wealth actually helped him. So that is the story of that. And we have this beautiful reading here. I'm so excited. I'm sorry that we've come to the end. I know this has been quite a long video. But the coffee is delicious. And the reading was astounding. I feel like it really gave me chills all the way through. But here we are. We've come to the end. So I hope that you found this to be just what you needed. This reading, because it happened on a full moon, it goes for the whole month, the whole day of October 31st and night, which is Halloween. and it goes into the whole month of November. So as you're going through the things that you're needing to go through in November, I want you to remember your reading today. And I want you to, you can even come back to it and watch it again. Because November is going to be a difficult month for all of us. And that is something that I have seen time and again as I've read individuals' cards. And I do a lot of readings almost every day. I do take some time off, but yeah. So do take what resonates with you and leave the rest. And please do not make any life-altering decisions or changes based on any pick a card, not even this one. Do connect with me on my other media platforms listed in the description. I'm going to put my link tree, and I'm also going to put Kim Krans' link tree in the description of this video. She's the one that designed these round tarot cards. And I guess make sure you subscribe. I don't really have anything else to say, but it's hard to say goodbye. All right, I'll see you next time.